But here's the thing. At the mental hospital, they're like, well, you need some drugs. You know, you need to be here 3 days a week. And so I started taking the medicine. I thought it was gonna make me feel better. And the truth is for a while it did, you know, I was totally sedated, couldn't feel any of my emotions. And it went on like that for several months. And so I go back to work, still not feeling well, taking these drugs, kind of feeling like a zombie. I remember when I first went to the hospital, there was this guy, and this hospital really catered to people with workplace mental disorders, right? So it was like me there, I was from Verizon, it was people from GM, people from AT&T. It was all these like corporations where people are going to the mental hospital because they're stressed out at work. And I remember there was this guy there. And y'all, I'm telling you, this guy looked like a straight zombie. Like, I mean, he was just, you know, no emotion on his face. Looked like he's just drifted through the world. People would ask him questions. He just, yeah, I'm doing really well. And I was just like, whoa, I don't want to end up like that. What is that guy's problem? And while I don't think I ever got that bad, I was feeling like that. I couldn't feel my own emotions. And I always had this thing in the back of my head where I'm like, you know, I'm taking these drugs, but this is a problem within. This is something that I have to address, and these drugs for me are a mask. And listen, I'm not telling anybody not to take their medicine. If you got medicine that's been prescribed by your doctor, please take your medicine. But for me, I was like, I'm using this medicine as a mask to cover my feelings. And I remember I was at work. I had just won this competition Verizon had where you were like top 1.1% of the company. And normally we would get to go on this crazy trip, but Verizon was gonna sell our division to another company. Instead, we got cash. I remember somebody comes by my desk and they bring me a big old check for like, I don't know, like $12,000 or something. $12,000 big old check. Get the check, party, everybody's cheering, confetti. And I remember my co-worker, Brittany, looked at me and she says, and Brittany was kind of a smart aleck, you know, I love her to death, but she, you know, she kind of smart. You know what, Keem, you don't look like somebody that just got $12,000. She walked away. Brittany was right. I was so numb and I couldn't even appreciate the moment. From someone who used to be broke, making $10 an hour, to a few years later, getting a check for 12 grand, just for some stuff I already got paid for. And I couldn't even smile, couldn't hold a smile. And I remember I went home that night and I said, I'm gonna stop taking these drugs. And so instead I got some weed, started smoking some weed. That was a bad idea. And I was just at this point in my life, you know, I came out to my parents, but I wasn't happy. I knew my job was gonna be gone soon. I was gonna get transferred to a new company. They were closing down our division of the company. I was lost. And so I'm sitting in my room at my apartment, pacing around, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. And I had a spiritual experience unlike anything I've ever experienced before. Let's go check it out.